What's going on, guys? Mac Junkie here. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I guess PJ's putting his head on the table. There's Lola, but there's PJ. He's really wanting to be in this video. I'll just let his nose sit right there. But in today's video, we are going to be testing out these two phones here. We got the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge and the iPhone SE. Now, both of these phones are approaching 3 years of age. These are getting to be quite old phones, but both of them are still very usable, and we're going to see which one of these two holds up the best. Now, I would like to point out that this S7 I have, it does have a cracked screen and it does have a purple line. However, it still does perform just how it should. It just has a cracked screen, but everything still works fine. It just has that cosmetic issue, and both the phones are running on their latest software. Now, I'd also like to point out that both of these phones are heavily used phones, and they both have all the same stuff on them. This actually used to be my phone here. I had it for 2.5 years before I upgraded to this phone, which is the LG G7. And then this was my friend's S7 Edge that he upgraded to a Note 9. So both of these phones have been used extensively for 2.5 or so years, and they both have a lot of stuff on them. So this is going to be very accurate to people who still have these phones today and have them loaded with stuff. So it's not like they're completely wiped and they're performing in their best condition. These phones are loaded with photos, apps, and everything, so they're going to be performing how they would be after 3 years of use, or almost 3 years. So first we're going to go ahead and start off with the boot test. I'm just going to have to hold the S7 at a little bit of an awkward angle here because of this case, and we're going to power them on in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so the S7 Edge, the screen showed up first, but we still have to go through that carrier logo. There's PJ's nose there. I wish I could get his whole head in frame. That would be kind of cute, but... Good boy, PJ. Alright, let's see here. So as you can see, there's the Sprint, and here we go. So the iPhone has loaded up first here. Let's see by how much, though. Let's see how long it takes for this S7 here. Alright, and there we go. Finally loaded up with a picture of Lola there and a picture of PJ on the other one. So let's go ahead and boot these guys up and get into some apps. Alright guys, so here we are on the home screens of both phones. As you can see, both of them have their app switchers cleared out on the S7 and on the iPhone. So let's go ahead and start off with the Messages app. So Messages, that's first from the iPhone. Let's go to Settings, iPhone. Let's do the Calculator. That looked like a slight advantage to the iPhone. Let's do the Calendar. That was first on the S7. Let's do the Camera. That was first on the iPhone there to load up. Let's do the Clock. That was first on the S7 because of the iPhone's slower animations. The animations are set to 0.5 on the S7. Let's go to Amazon. And... oh, that was first on the S7 as well. Looks like S7's taken a little bit of a comeback here when it comes to web-based apps. Let's go ahead and try Google Drive. Alright, that's first on the iPhone here. Very quick. S7's taking its time here, but it's getting there, and there it is. So that was a definite win for the iPhone by quite a big margin. Let's go into our first game. Let's open Rider. Alright, so already looks like there's a lead to the iPhone here. Oh, looks like the S7 is pulling ahead a little bit, and the S7 loaded that first there. Let's get back in there. But yeah, as you can see, the S7 loaded that first. Oh, actually, oh, okay, there it goes. That might have been because I hit the app switcher. I'm going to go ahead and give that one to the S7 just because it did load up the advertisement before the iPhone did. All right, let's go ahead and go into Tomb of the Mask. All right, looks like there's a little bit of a lead for the iPhone right now. And there we go, iPhone definitely loaded up first. When it comes to games, the iPhones tend to do a lot better than Android phones. Even more mainstream Android phones like Samsung phones, mainly because of the optimization. Since companies don't really have to optimize for that many different versions of iPhones, there's very few of those, whereas there's dozens and dozens of different types of Android phones. So a lot of games are much better optimized for iPhones. Let's go ahead and open up our bigger game, a bigger title with heavier graphics, Dead Trigger 2. There was no hesitation on the iPhone. As you can see, there was a lot of hang time there, but it looks like it's going straight to the loading screen here. Oh, there we go. So the iPhone did come out and win on that one. Let's see by how much. And there goes the S7. So that was a pretty big difference there. Let's go ahead and go into speed test. and see how the Wi-Fi performance of these two phones are. That was a lot of hang time on the speed test right there as well. It's taking a lot longer to open here on the S7. Let's go ahead and connect here. Let's do the test on the iPhone. 10 millisecond delay, getting around 40, 43, 44. Now, I would like to point out that my internet speed is about 200 megabits per second. So this is not being bottlenecked by my internet, at least the download speed. My upload speed is 5 megabits per second, so that is being throttled. As you can see, the iPhone is staying at around 5 the whole time there. So that's finished. Let's go ahead and do it on the S7 now. Now, a lot of you might be seeing this pink line here. Now, this is because my friend who had it before me did drop the phone, and this did happen to the screen. But the phone still performs just like it should. It just has this cosmetic screen issue here. And as you can see, it has a much higher download speed, 174 megabits a second, and a 5.23 compared to 4.93. So a little bit of a better upload speed as well. So the Wi-Fi performance is a lot better on this phone, but that is to be expected because it does have a 1440p screen compared to a 640p screen. So the higher bitrate is going to help a lot for streaming online video and also for downloading apps. When I was downloading Dead Trigger 2 for both these phones, the S7 had it downloaded and installed really quickly, while the iPhone did take a little bit because of that that slightly slower download speed. Now let's go ahead and hop into their respective app store, so App Store and Play Store. Ready, go. A little bit of a delay there on the iPhone, and Google Play loaded up really quick there. Not even any images here to load on here. So that was a win for the S7. Let's go ahead and go into Google. Apple.com loaded first on the S7 here, a little bit behind. Let's go ahead and load a new website though. Let's go and open up here, close out of here. Let's go to Samsung.com. 3, 2, 1. Samsung.com opened really quickly here on the iPhone, and the S7 wasn't too far behind. So opening Google was faster on the S7, but loading websites from already having Google launched was faster on the iPhone. Let's go and open up YouTube. Looks like we got a slight, oh, actually the S7 did pull ahead there, so that YouTube did open faster on the S7. Let's go ahead and go out to SoundCloud. Looks like SoundCloud is a win here for the iPhone. S7 holding pretty far behind there. And there we go. All right, guys, so that was it for the apps. Let's go ahead and see how the RAM management is and go back through those apps and see which ones reload. Now, the S7 has 4 gigabytes of RAM and the SE has 2 gigabytes of RAM. So this is going to be really good for testing out the RAM management on these two devices. Let's go ahead and go to Messages. Still available on the iPhone. S7 did reload that one. Let's go to Settings. Same story. iPhone still had it there. S7 had to reload it. Let's go to Calculator. That looked like it was held by both. Let's go to camera. That one had to reload on both, but that is the camera, so that does make sense. Let's go ahead and go to clock. Still held on the iPhone, had to reload on the S7. Let's go to Amazon. A little bit of a delay there, and there was a slight reload, but as you can see, the SE was available to use a lot sooner than the S7. Let's go to Google Drive. Still ready to go on the SE here. And as you can see on the S7, did have to reload that one. Didn't take as long as the first launch, but it did still have to reload it. Let's go to Writer. Still ready to go on the iPhone. We're already playing on here. As on the S7, we are doing a full reload on that app. So far, it's looking like the SE is doing a very good job with its measly 2 gigabytes of memory, or RAM, because Apple's just a lot better at optimizing their phones. And again, app developers it's a lot easier for them to optimize games on iPhones because there's just a lot less iPhone models. Let's try Tomb of the Mask. I don't think I hit it there on the S7, but as you can see, it was held there. It just has the ad, but as you can see, the app was still ready to go, and we're getting a reload here on the S7. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2. Still ready to go here on the iPhone. Whereas on the S7, we are getting another full reload. This is not looking too good for the S7. Let's go ahead and go into Speed Test. And Speed Test is ready to go. And there's also a complete reload on the S7. Now, I would like to point out there is no battery saving enabled or anything like that. Power saving is turned off, as you can see right there. It just seems like the S7 is having a lot of trouble holding its apps. Let's try the app stores. Still ready to go, and there we go. This one was ready to go on the S7. Let's try Google. All right, both are still ready to go. Let's try YouTube. Still ready to go on the SE, but not on the S7 there. I think I might have been calling the SE the S7 a little bit there. Sorry, the names are a little confusing to say a whole bunch. All right, let's try SoundCloud. And SoundCloud's ready to go. And SoundCloud even had to reload on the S7. Sitting at a white screen here. And there it goes. Well, that's pretty much it for the test, guys. As you can see, the S7 is definitely a lot more sluggish than the SE. Now, of course, there are features and perks of the S7 that are better than the SE, like the camera's a lot better, the screen is a lot better, it's bigger, it's OLED. But if you're looking for a phone that's got modern type speed, especially for loading up apps and having a lot of apps be held in the background, then I think the SE is going to be a better option for you, just because of the better RAM management and the better optimization with how quickly you can launch apps, even in 2018, almost being 3 years old. So anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and give the win to the SE here. I think it did a lot better. Absolutely destroyed the S7 when it came to speed in launching apps and in keeping those apps loaded in RAM. So anyways, guys, that was it for this video. Please be sure to leave a like. If you liked it a lot, subscribe as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.